Today I'm going to show you some circle skirts. Two of them are Christmas skirts and one is a fall skirt. Right now it is Thanksgiving time for me as I'm filming, so I'm in the mood for all of it. This one is a Christmas quilted skirt I did last year, and it is literally a quilt into a skirt and so comfy if you live in a cold place. Like, just think about walking around with a quilt on your body. That is what it feels like. A little heavy, but it's great. And I literally saw a quilt that I liked and decided to copy that pattern and make it into a circle skirt. So I really liked this little star pattern, and I just thought it really looked homey and quilty. So I probably did it too small. Like, this took forever, literally. Well, obviously not forever. Literally is not the right word. This took a long time. They end up being 1-inch squares. So you might want to go a little bit bigger, but I mean, shoot, it's really cool skirt. And I actually, these, because I wanted it to kind of fade into the white, so some of them I used side up and some of them I used right side down up here. See how they fade out? And then the ones that are used down here are right side up, and they even have a little bit of metallic to them, which just felt so festive, right? And I cleared out the store of all the different colors of this red. Like, I think I had maybe 5 different hues of that red. I made strips, and then I cut them into squares, and I cut them into triangles. And I put them together in various, ways. Some of them, obviously you don't have to do triangles on this. You could do it as a square, which I ended up doing with the white dots. But I wasn't smart enough at the very beginning and was cutting everything into triangles. So some of the things became solid and some became, two-toned. And then I just kind of went for an ombre effect coming down the skirt. I didn't make a pattern for this one at all. So when I got to the edge, just cut it. And I lined it with this one because I had the most of it. This one was made for my daughter, who is a math teacher, and we did it based off of the Fibonacci spiral. She is very into fall colors, and all I did for this guy is I made first a template of how I wanted each panel to be, and I literally took her waist measurement. There's her little waist. She's only 23. And I made the top of the pattern piece, divided into how many it would take to get all the way around the spectrum a couple times, and then circle it out. That was really just a math project in itself. And then I numbered them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way down to 12. And I went back and made individual pieces, giving them seam allowance. See, that's got the seam allowance, and I did a 1/4 of an inch. If you feel more comfortable with a 1/2 inch, by all means. And then that's number 2. Number 3, you understand what I mean. That's your actual sewing line. There's your seam allowance. 4, 5, 6, 7, and so forth. And you're going to cut 2 of each of all of these, and you end up with 12 colors, 2 of each, so 24 of each piece. I recommend watching a movie, doing something that is pretty mindless as you lay this out, because you're going to want to make your rows, this color, 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 and have it all really laid out before you start sewing. Otherwise you're going to be going, which color am I on? What's the, because it's a gradation kind of thing going on. This one I ended up lining, not the same way. This guy, I came around, made a lip, and this one I literally sandwiched and then sewed a 1/4 inch top stitch on it. The last 2 skirts were for people. This circle skirt is for a tree. So what I did is I made this for my sister's family, and I put different, you know how, well, in my family, because I have, my sister's a professional organizer, my niece likes to organize, my daughter likes to organize, everybody likes to organize. So I literally made sections of the tree skirt for each person of the family, and you can put your presents on this section and your presents on this section. And I made a family section. So if you come a little closer, we'll look and show you these fabrics over here were to represent my sister who likes tennis, the piano, music, martinis, stuff like that. This little section is for my niece. She's into gymnastics and art, painting, any kind of crafts really. And the color purple she requested to be part of the skirt. These fabrics and a few others were in the family section, so they just kind of, you know, pretty Christmassy. And my nephew, who's into sports and balls, oh, balls, more balls, have some more balls. Anyway, so a whole bunch of sports stuff. And then of course my brother-in-law with his cigars, more music. He's an orchestra dude, plays the sax, and he likes to fly fish. So I have some fishing ones. Oh, and this is another part of the family, you know, presents and things like that. So there's the raw materials. And I literally, again, made a circle, how big I wanted it to go around the tree, and sectioned it out into, this time, 12 pieces again. This is my original. And I did that, and all of these like half marks are where I'm gonna have the seam allowance come to. And I get that this might be a little bit confusing, but just think, there's the real line, there's the half lines. I feel like just going like this. Are you ready? And here is our tree skirt. So as you can see, we've got my niece's section right here. This little section is family. We'll move it around. My nephew, oh look, there's some math ones. And again, I'm putting the family stuff in between all of them. My sister's section with the tennis and the music and martinis. And my brother-in-law's section. So because it's got, you know, similar things throughout, even though it looks like a hodgepodge, it works. Of course, you want it to get around your tree. And I made little ties. You could do it any way you want to. But so it fits around the tree and it ties. And I made another little extra tie because sometimes you want to have a little space to put water in the tree. So that's literally around the tree. This is around the water bowl. And I even, because I'm so handy dandy, I even put snaps in the back so that it didn't come undone. Oh, jeez. So as always, subscribe to see the latest. Thank you for watching.